I'd like to say a very special thank you to DW Concrete for sponsoring today's broadcast. If you're looking for concrete services in Beaver, Butler, Allegheny, or Washington County, look no further than DW Construction. They're a family-run business that goes the extra mile to give you the fairest price and the highest quality concrete construction. Check them out online at dwconcreteltd.com.
What's up, guys? Ryan Bowman here for Disc Golf Examiner, and we are back at North Boundary Championship Disc Golf Course for the final 9 of Meltdown Mountain, which is a 27-hole, 13,000 foot layout that is sponsored today by DW Concrete and Revival Chili. I've got with me today Matt Rosier in the booth, and he's going to be giving us some commentary as well. What do you think, Matt? What have we seen so far?
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited for this back 9. We're through all the temp holes. We had 9 temp holes out here to make it a full 27 holes. So all those were birdie holes. We're getting a lot of birdies on those, but now we're on to the back 9 of the main course here at North Boundary. And I said in the last video, I think this is the tougher 9. So there's going to be a lot of scoring spread, a lot of birdies, a lot of bogeys. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, as Matt mentioned before, we only had 3 holes today play under par, so pars are scoring, and you're going to need that on hole 19 here. 582 feet through the woods. You got to go over a little crest of a hill, and then there's a big ravine that's got some really cool lines carved into it. And I believe we're going to the pin a little bit left of that one we showed there.
Yeah, off to the right. So this,
right.
Yeah. This tee shot's really tough. You have a really low ceiling, so you really want to get through. I like to throw a little hyzer. That's perfect line, just 2 feet too short. But
yeah,
I mean, like we said, pars on this course are going to win it in open.
Cody's got a little more height on it. That looks like a really nice line.
That was a fantastic shot.
Yeah, he's dead center, top of the hill. You can't ask for much more.
No, that was perfect. So Libby's going to look to follow that line.
Oh, get off.
No, that's not a bad kick, though. He flipped up a little bit too much, but the right side rough is the bad rough here. So kicking off to the left, he should be able to get a chance at par still. And Regis, that was actually a really good branch. As I was just saying, that right side rough is very rough. So
yeah, you definitely want to air. You want to air left up the hill if you can on this hole.
And Regis is actually going to be throwing essentially the fairway for the white tees. So he's looking to get up there a long ways and just catches a tree again, but still only at 582 feet. He may only be about 300 feet from the pin still, so he could get up there for par. Wow.
Yeah, Libby absolutely missed everything and kind of went from the top side to the bottom side fairway.
That was a great shot. Just trying to navigate the fairway and kind of curl to the right, so I'll have a shorter up shot here and maybe 120 feet short of the basket just going up that hill. So.
Yeah, you got down into the second ravine there, about as far down as you can get.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. I'm not going to complain about having a clean up shot for par.
Cody going with a huge Anheuser line that just really missed everything until the end, but didn't leave him in too bad of a spot. You can see he's going to have some stuff to contend with. That green for this hole spans all the way from the right side of your screen way to the left. So there's a bunch of different cutouts, fairways in the trees to get to the different pins.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice because there are a lot of trees when you're trying to swing that left to right. But I think out here, really anything that gets you the most distance is going to be the right shot, whether it's going directly towards the basket or kind of in the general direction.
Yeah, a lot of local routes.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice little flip up fairway driver or mid range. Probably.
Yeah, that was not a local route. That was the fairway. Libby threw right up it perfectly and could have a putt for par.
Regis has got a pretty easy forehand line here and just buries it in the pin.
Perfect. It looks like Cody navigates through those trees pretty well, and he'll have a little tester for his par putt. Kind of an awkward stance here for myself, so I do a patent pending and yank it pretty far down to the right. It looks like it gets through, and I'll have a little bit more of a tester than Cody does. Oh, nope, sorry, Cody's out first, so see if we can feed off each other and try to hit these to save our par.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Great putt.
Yeah, another green that is, if you hit the front of the cage, you don't know where you could roll back down to. So getting it high in the chains is very important.
Yeah. I said you always want to putt through the basket unless maybe you're putting on an old Mach 3 or something, but on these championship caliber baskets, they're definitely want to putt through it. So I do that in dead center. Great par save.
Wow.
Yep. Another high in the chains one from Libby. That's just fine. And I think we'll have an easy cleanup here for Regis. Yep. So pars for 3 of you. Regis going 1 over. That's pretty typical on this hole. So you're still in the lead at 2 down, and you're 4 strokes ahead of your nearest competitor. As we go into hole 20, which is probably, I think this is my favorite hole. It's normal hole 11. It's a 789 feet par 5, and it is a true par 5 because you go over a gap, around a corner, over another gap, up a hill to this beautiful green. And I think, again, we're playing a green that is to the left of what you're seeing now when you're on the course.
Yeah, down to the left. But you really want to break this hole up into sections. So first shot, you just really need to get through this tight window here and right through the gap. And I just barely kiss off of a tree. And some people say I'm lucky when I play. I just think it's good things happening to me. So I'll take it. But I am out, and that's all that matters on this first shot. Cody turns it, and that's a great shot. I don't know if I've seen a better drive on this hole.
Same, and all the rounds that I've filmed, that got the closest to where I'm standing. Yeah. And I really like the point that you made that this is you got to break this up. This is a very strategic hole because, like, here you have a gap, but you're also dealing with height. And then in the next section, you're dealing with, picking a line and dealing with up and down through these big gullies. So it's just challenge after challenge, and you really got to think your way through it.
Yeah, and so Libby's going to be down in the rough, and birdie is definitely out of the question here. So he's, like I said, breaking it up. You kind of want to now throw to where you normally want your first shot to land, and just kind of play the hole from there.
He went super aggressive there and kind of caught one before getting out.
Yeah, but he's actually going to have a gap over there. I was looking at his line, and there is a line, and it's a tight one, but I think he's going to go for it. He's going to try to get the birdie still, or definitely the par. He's going to go for.
Yeah, we saw Regis kind of turn over his forehand into that second ridge on the hole. Cody's going to try to clear that ridge and keep it sort of to the right or the middle, not leak left.
Yeah, he definitely wants to capitalize after this drive, and that's a great second shot. So we'll see if he can get up and down. The fairway kind of splits into 2 separate fairways. Cody's going up to the right. He's going to make it longer. Myself, I'm going to go try to take this left fairway, make the hole as short as possible. And see a thumber here because the rough on the left is pretty bad. So I just want to end to the right, make sure it's a safe shot, and full distance with that thumber. So I'm definitely looking to birdie this one and capitalize.
Yeah, not bad there. You kind of landed on the uphill side of that big gully that you want to get over with this shot. And Libby looked like he had a great line and just caught the last tree.
And that really was an incredible shot. Like, when I looked at that, I think it was maybe a 5 or 10 foot wide gap, and he just peered it as far as it went until he hit that last tree there. Yeah, great shot by Regis here too. He's looking to save his par, as he's kind of out of the trees now.
Yeah, you get past this split fairway section and you get up towards the green, and you get way up towards the green. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, definitely. This pin I think is the easier of the 3 pins. It's not as far
Yeah.
up the hill, so I can try to attack it for the birdie. Is Cody is looking to do the same with this hyzer as we're playing the different fairways. And wow, he was landed right at the basket. And unfortunate little skip down the hill, but I think he'll be still on circle's edge, maybe 35 feet for his putt for birdie.
Yeah, Libby really wants to get this up and down here. He has a pretty tough line with this tree right in front of him, getting power, but he, really juiced it right up there.
That's going to be an incredible par save for his drive to go down and into the woods on the left and to be able to get up and down to save that. It's great job by him.
Good tree.
Yeah, looks like Regis got through the tree there, and we'll see if he can make his putt. Looks like I'm about 40 feet, maybe 35 feet here trying to get the birdie.
Playing like a 50, though.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yes.
That is a hallmark putt there.
Awesome.
That was a birdie on this hole?
Yep, that was a birdie.
I caught you from way up on the hill. I was trying to get up this mad scramble hill to the next hole, but I turned around to catch it.
Nice. I don't know why I'm running it down. I need to conserve energy out there.
Especially on the screen.
Yeah. Cody's looking to match me here.
Oh,
yes. Great putt. And
I love when a putt gets a nice little flip up like that and you see it glide a little bit.
Yeah, those were actually the only 2 birdies on this hole on the day in the open field with our 16 competitors. So Cody and I are definitely happy about getting that one.
Regis kind of missed his putt there a little wide, but an easy tap in. Only losing one stroke to the par there for him, so that's admirable. And similar to our old hole 4, hole 21 plays down a very wooded hillside where speed control is paramount because behind the basket it's bumble. It's downhill into that dark area down there, and there are a lot of hanging vines to get in your way.
This is a really tough pin to access. A lot of trees down here, so I mean, as long as you can get down a little past the basket and give it a safe putt. And I actually yanked that one pretty badly.
So you yanked it right through a nice open space to get pretty far down there.
Yeah, the disc golf gods are in my favor right now, it looks like.
Cody going straight at it with you think, oh, that's a great line, but then you realize it keeps going downhill, and he got in a really tough spot there.
Yeah, such a tough hole because you really want to focus on hitting this gap and you want your disc to flip up to flat, but you have to throw it hard to do that, and it just goes so far. I like this tomahawk play by Libby here.
Yeah,
getting it on the ground, and it's a lot easier to control the distance with those overhand throws.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if he runs at it or lays up.
Yeah, I don't think Libby lays up too much.
Nice smooth release. Oh, just nicked the tree.
Come back for
and yeah, you can see we have pin positions down there, so he'd be 10, 15 feet out if we were in the other pin, but now he's looking at a 50, 60 foot uphill, maybe even further than that.
Yeah, the good news is that it is uphill, so we shouldn't be throwing it too far past the basket or anything. You can kind of even give it a soft run there, as it looks like he flashed the basket.
Cody having to go with like a patent pending backwards Anheuser, but he'll take that.
Yep.
Here we've got some strategically placed vines for you, just to get in your head a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're just a little to my right, so I may have to just put a little Anheuser on it. Ah, yes.
Okay. Another big one. Big one. That's you're really making it up on the green today.
Yeah, the putter was struggling a little early on, and I realized that my stance was just a little off, and so I fixed that on.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Is he gonna run it? Well, yeah, he's gonna run it right into the basket. Great birdie.
Nice. Yeah, just finishing my thought as
nose angle.
Yeah, I just kind of fixed my putt a little bit. So if things aren't working out on the course, I know people kind of say not to fix it in the moment, but if it is something that you know how to work on, you can change that and get back in the zone here, especially on a course like this where there's plenty of strokes to get back.
Yeah, your strategy has to be fluid out here because hole to hole, the conditions are crazy.
Yeah.
And there we have Cody putting in his par, Regis with his par, and Matt and Libby both picking up a birdie. And shout out to Cody playing for Team Prodigy there. This hole I really like. This is one of the shorter ones on the course. One of the ones you really want to get. It's a par 3. Nice forehand line, or if you're going to go backhand, I feel like you have a much tighter gap to hit. And it's sitting up on a mound with a gully in between, as is pretty common here at North Boundary. So rollaways are a thing, skips are a thing. And you just really want to hit the gap and stop it at the right time, which you really hit the gap, but the gravity kind of just sucked you down into that crap.
Yeah, it was interesting. I threw my gold line fuse, which is my understable turnover disc, and I just didn't commit to the turnover, I guess. So yeah, that'll be a long upshot, looking to save my par on this hole for sure. And they actually just opened up this hyzer lane here that Libby's throwing, and
yeah, I didn't even know it was there. So Catchcam was surprised when it came flying in that angle. That's great. I did not know that they opened up that line, and it really gives you 2 options here.
Yeah, he'll be outside the circle, but I think he'll be able to give that putt a run if he wants it. Looks like Cody's throwing a roller. I did not even consider this, so we'll see if it doesn't quite get through the trees.
Yeah, there's so much stuff on the ground in there. I don't know how you'd have to get lucky to skip over branches, I would think.
Yeah, I think the correct play here is this forehand. If he can flip it up to flat a little and just push right nice and softly, that looks executed perfectly.
Yeah,
Great
I think
job
he
by
got that
Regis.
inside of where he wanted to, but he got a line that just parked it.
Yeah.
So after we took a while to find your disc because it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, you got a really tough upshot here because that base of the basket's made out of stone, and if you whack that too hard, you're going to roll down the other side of the hill.
Yeah, luckily or unluckily, that's not an uncommon spot for me. So nice thumber up by me and right next to the basket.
Cody wants this.
Good bid. He'll land right there.
So Libby wants to pick up a stroke here, and I believe he missed it. Wait.
Yep.
No, that was. Oh man.
Just outside. It looked like.
Yeah, a little bit low.
So this was actually the second easiest hole on the course, as Regis takes a nice birdie on it. We had only 3 birdies, but not many bogeys. So great job by Regis to get the birdie on this hole for sure.
Cody's laughing about something. But he puts it in. No distractions. Nice. 3 pars and Regis getting a stroke there. Trying to close up the gap a little bit, but you're kind of running away. You've got 5 strokes on your nearest competitor there. So sitting pretty good coming into these last holes.
Yeah, it's interesting as a flex start. I mean, people are at different parts of the course, so I can't really take my foot off the gas. I just have to continue to get birdies and pars and see what we can do.
Yeah, so hole 23 really reminds me of the par 4 version of the last hole we played, where you've got a sort of tighter backhand line, a nice forehand line, and now you've got 2 gullies to deal with that are much higher.
Yeah, the main gap off this gold tee is going to be throwing it straight ahead, and you just really don't want to end up in the gully. If you can end up to the left a little bit, the pin is in the short pin here, so that's not a bad shot by Regis. It got maybe halfway up on the hillside, so he may be able to get up and down for the birdie.
Yeah, I thought he would have taken the left-hand gap with the forehand, but he took a flex line and got about as far as he could.
Yeah, that's a little low, and actually catching that tree isn't bad because it kept me up on top of the hill and not down in the gully, so I'll have a run up still. And
yeah,
I wasn't too angry at that tree.
Maybe he's got a great flip-up shot, which I'm guessing he went hyzer line, caught the right-hand tree.
Yeah, yanked that a little bit too much. Tells it to get in the rough where it belongs, and he'll be struggling down there. And, oh, Cody does the same thing, but he gets lucky, it looks like.
Yeah, he kicked right, but still got a hard left fade, and he's down kind of in the bottom of the gully. Libby getting out of trouble here from behind the middle tee and doesn't hit a thing. Doesn't hit a thing, but still skips off to the left edge there.
That's another,
distance was key there, and he got distance.
man, another fantastic shot by Libby trying to save par. So I'm just trying to get up to the basket. There's a lot of trees out here, and I see a gap and trying to hit that gap, and looks like I got most of the way. That'll be an easy par.
Yeah, could have got a little more luck with that tree, but it is what it is. You've had your luck today.
I was gonna say I can't ask for too much.
Regis kind of up on top here too, not too bad.
Yeah.
Goes flexy, but hits the tree at the level he was at on the other side of the hill, unfortunately.
Yeah, that right side is a little tight. I like to try to fade down to the left a little bit.
Roller Fest continues. Oh, but he caught a tree there. He caught a leaf that just kind of knocked him down.
Yeah.
Good pull from Regis.
Ooh.
Oh, just hit the last tree.
And actually, that looked like a helpful tree there. It kind of stopped him right in the circle and probably would have gone a little long, and it's a little downhill after the basket. So that could have gone a little ways.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't.
Cody, look at. Oh no, that kicked. Oh wow.
He's probably still the same distance away, just a different look. I don't know what quite happened there.
He just caught the left-hand side of that tree that Libby just went past, and then it didn't hit anything until it got the whole way to the bottom. You got a reach out here.
Yeah, and I kind of pulled my Anheuser putt a little bit to the right. That was supposed to be a lot safer than that. So
Cody has no footing down here. He's like standing on two logs over a creek. So valiant effort to get up in the circle, edge of the circle at least.
Yeah, let's see if he can capitalize on his par.
Oh,
just off the side of it.
All that effort, man. I wish I would have went in.
Yeah, just these trees, they can be brutal out here. Just a little kiss. Ooh, good catch again.
Oh, Reeves.
Wow,
man.
That was strong side too.
Yeah, it looked like it hit all the chains and must have just got that band a little bit.
What a great par save by Libby after hitting nearly the first available tree. And all-star of a second shot really saved him. That was a great par save.
Yeah, it's kind of been the story of his round today. His intermediate scramble shots have been just on point.
Yeah.
Cody taking the double bogey, unfortunately. It's going to shift the standings around a little bit as Regis gets one on him there. And you and Libby ending up with pars, staying where you were. Next hole is a really interesting shot. It requires an Anheuser backhand or a forehand that stays low but doesn't go too low so that it can clear the hump on the first gully. Then you've got these snaking trees the entire way to the green, which I think once you get past this first shot, it's one of the most beautiful holes on the course. But the first shot is so daunting. You can see you've got two trees here, and you've got a Anheuser?
Nah, I'm actually going a roller. Yep, I'm going a roller. I feel like it really opens that up, and then it ends up down to the right here, which is kind of shortens the hole a little bit.
Definitely, and I mean you got far enough down there that that's a great shot. Libby's going with the Anheuser.
Yeah, that's how the hole is supposed to be played, and he just crushed that one.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to get all the way to the catch cam.
Yeah, that is a great shot.
You're just going with the forehand, which is usually my play on this hole.
I mean, at least it stayed in the fairway. Once you get off into the rough on these holes out here, you are in big trouble. But hopefully you can maybe salvage a par from this. Oh, that's another great shot.
Oh, just caught that skinny tree at the end of the last gap. I really like how that shot is. He must have been using something stable because it was trying to come back while it was holding that Annie. Regis, with speaking of Annie, just really the perfect recovery shot. That's where you want that's where you want your drive to land. So you can't ask for much more from there.
Yeah, that was a very good shot. And Cody's going roller again, so he's trying to get down there. The basket's down and to the right, and it slopes down that way. So it looks like maybe 150 feet or so for him left, but that was a good shot.
Yeah, center fairway. I don't know why I never considered rollers on this hole, but you guys keep showing how it works. So.
Yeah. And I'm just playing for a 4 at this point. My roller didn't get too far out there, so I'm just laying up to 120, 150 feet or so. And I know I'm having a good round, so I don't want to. I want other people to have to shoot well to catch me and not to give up strokes to them.
Yeah, there's an OB road to the right and long of the basket, probably 50 feet, but it can come into play if you're trying to throw a fairway driver, on your approach shot, kind of. Yeah. Wow, yeah. Libby just missed everything and buttered it.
Yeah, you see the advantage of a good drive there. He just took a little standstill and got to the basket, so that was played perfectly.
Ooh. I don't know if Regis meant to throw it that high, because that was a very stable disc and kind of kicked him down to the right a little bit.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Should be a routine upshot here for Cody, just with a nice little putter.
A little too much turn, but I think that's still inside the circle.
Yeah, he's about 15 feet low of the basket there, downhill from it.
Yeah, I have a weird gap. I don't want to spike it in on a backhand, and I don't know what happened to my thumber there. It just kind of got away from me. So that'll be a tough putt for par for me.
Yeah, by this point in the round, everybody's tired. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, we're on hole 24. Ooh, Regis almost rang that up from downtown.
Way downtown. Mm-hmm. All right, so you're looking up the hill here. Definitely going to run it.
Just
a little high
sailed
right.
it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Great birdie, Libby.
Yeah, Libby's downhill putts really work for him because he goes with that nose down, from the belly type of shot, and definitely sticks them on those downhill putts, which we're going to see you do as well here, I'm guessing. You've got a very low putt as well.
Yeah, I like that nose down type of putt. So downhill putts, it gets a little bit more glide out of it, and I definitely really like downhill putts. So
Cody's got a routine putt. Oh. Man, I got to quit saying that.
It just kind of seemed like he rushed that one a little bit. He didn't extend his arm up, and it never really got above the basket. And you can tell by the disc just kind of seemed to go laser straight into the front of the cage instead of getting up over and into the chains.
Yeah, so 3 bogeys there, and Libby picking up a birdie, putting him at even for the round. Next hole, hole 25, which is hole 16 on the course. Another big par 5, 857 feet. And as you can see, you're weaving through these fairways, and everything down to the left is what you want to avoid. And that's where your disc wants to go on nearly every shot, is down to the left. So really, you've got to hit. This hole is hit a gap, hit a gap, hit a gap, hit a gap, and hopefully you'll be there for your par putt.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Being down on that's going to make it much harder. Yeah, being down to the left is going to cost you strokes for sure. My whole goal of this hole is play the whole right side all the way to the right.
Wow, so you ripped that thing.
Yeah, that was a good shot, a little too far left, and I think I ended up catching some leaves on the ground or something, so it didn't skip into the rough. But
yeah, you were right on the edge of a fallen tree, I believe, that was down there.
Sit right there. I mean, that's not bad. He'll be able to throw a full power next shot. So that's basically what you want to do, is get plenty of distance on as many shots as possible to get the par birdie. Cody just absolutely ripped this one. This is going so far.
You'll see he lands right on the footpath there, which is kind of the right-hand fairway once you get up there. So he cut the corner off this main fairway and went over to the other fairway.
Yeah, I think the back fairway there, where Libby's kind of heading to now as well on that right side, is the preferred path. It's going to be a little bit tighter than the left fairway, but I think it's just safer shots.
Definitely.
Regis is going to look to get back there as well.
Oh, yeah,
that looks
Regis.
great.
Should
And
go.
now he's down on the left side, and that's that's not where you want to be. So I'm
He's
trying
probably
to
60 feet down from where you are, and as you can see, you're having trouble just having to try to pitch out to the fairway there. It was a tough lie.
Yeah, just trying to throw a forehand roller straight and maybe finish to the left a little bit. And unfortunately, I'm finishing left again. So we'll be scrambling some more down on that left side.
So Cody's in like the prime landing spot here, but you can see now he's got to make a choice of which gap to try to hit. And that wasn't the worst tree kick.
No, I mean, coming in at only 850 feet for the par 5, if you throw 3 shots 200 feet, you're only left 250 feet. So
Roller Fest continuing here. Just caught the tiniest tree.
Man, yeah. And looks like another one coming here from Cody, another patent pending.
He's got the line. You can see he has the line for the roller there. If he can get it between those 2 main trees, if he doesn't.
And I like this as well because it's finishing up into the right, which is a little sparsely. That's a great shot, I think. And it didn't go too far, but he made it up, and he'll have another gap. And Regis with a forehand roller now.
Yeah, he got all the way to the right side of the top fairway. So whether or not he meant to go that far sideways, he's going to be in an okay place. Yep. It's easy to hit the first tree from that rough and still be in the rough.
Yeah,
I did not mean to do that to you.
I think it already happened. So forehand roller number 2 on my part did once again no good. Oh man, Libby.
Yeah, that patent pending. The last one he threw was beautiful. That one just caught the tree he needed to beat. And he's got a tough lie here on the left-hand side. Wouldn't doubt if he tries a roller too.
Now it looks like he's just going to go forehand. Nope, it is a roller, huh? Man. And I think that's a great shot again. Just getting up to that right side. There's a little less trees. And yeah, so let's see if I can forehand roller number 3 on this hole for myself. Just trying to get forward and just a little to the left. And let's not throw any more forehand rollers today. So I was actually thinking about another forehand roller, and we're done with this and switching to
pitch out of the woods, Matt.
Nope. Go to the basket. There's not a line there.
Wow.
Just
wow. That I was not expecting that to come in. I honestly thought it hit a tree, and then it just landed right in front of me. That was a great thumper.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I closed my eyes and threw.
Another roller.
This one looks good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Yep.
Oh, stop right there. Oh wow, that was a great shot. So that's at the B pin, which is maybe 50 feet, 40 feet from the C pin. So you can get up and in maybe.
Regis definitely taking the scenic route, a little left, right, but that shot kind of made up for a ton of the mistakes. Cody with a beautiful little overstable forehand to lay up. Libby is, like you said, on the right-hand side here and kind of just has a little pitch up. He was saying, I should probably just run this. He gave it a go. He was debating. Why not? But he gave it a good upshot, clipped a little tree, and stopped short.
Yeah, down to the left of this basket, there's a little bit of a drop-off. So running it from that right side seems a little risky, but Regis almost rang that up there.
He matched the angle of the hill pretty nice there to keep it from sliding.
Yeah, so this is my bogey putt, and like I'd been saying, I don't want to give up strokes to people easily. So there we go.
Yeah, good man. I think you're definitely saving yourself on the green today.
Oh yeah, three forehand rollers and a thumber does not sound like an ideal disc golf hole. As Cody actually plays this hole pretty ideal and takes the par. This was coming in as the second hardest hole on the course, so par is definitely making up strokes on the field.
Look at that, like a 3 or 2 stroke swing there, with par being the best. It's getting a little tight in the third and fourth position there. On to hole 26. Which we're kind of just going back the way we just came from. And this is one of the nicest, flattest, grassy, wooded fairways we have that comes into this really, really tight green here. And we're actually playing the pin that is farther down the hill. So you're going to need to go to that nice little green area down behind, which is totally blind from everywhere that isn't 50 feet from the basket.
Yeah, it's interesting not being able to see the basket. So really, we just want to throw it as far as possible on this first shot, and that's going to be tough for Cody there.
Yeah, that's the right hand tree to beat, and things like to filter left, so you do kind of want to keep it straight or right.
Flip.
And there's a little bit of a gap here, and
Yeah.
little highs are out. I think it's a little too far left, but I think basically I'm just trying to par out at this point.
Yeah, you got good distance there.
You know,
Oh, man, I feel so bad for Regis because he keeps putting them down on exactly the right line and catching the tiniest little bump in the ground that's throwing his rollers offline.
yeah, it's so close to being a really good round for him, and it just little tree kick here, a little root on the roller, and just a little struggle on his part.
Whoa.
Libby didn't like
Oh!
that. What is this?
What just happened?
Oh,
Wow.
that was a low turned over, and he got the craziest kick I've ever seen.
Yeah, it angled it up and right, and he still got the fade. His tree kick went farther than my drive usually does.
Yo,
on this
absolutely.
hole.
Oh yeah.
Another roller shot from Cody, which was a really
I don't
nice
know.
line. He did catch a tree that pushed him off. He's a little to the right of where you want to be able to shoot down the hill to the basket. But he's been doing a lot of step out for Anheuser, so I would probably think he's going to do that again.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Regis struggling. I don't know if he slipped on that shot and it affected it, but yeah, he's trying to fight through that right side rough. And we've been saying it all day is once you get into that rough, it's hard to get out. And am I going another forehand roller here? I guess I did not learn from the last hole.
you had a pretty
Okay.
great line here. If you wouldn't have
Okay.
hit that little tree, you would have got down to the green. But where you stand now, you're looking down the hill at the basket, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'll have a little thumber approach just to try to avoid all the trees.
Libby dealing with our not muddy fairways for once.
Look at
Ooh,
it,
great
capitalize off
shot,
that
yeah.
great break and
Oh man,
whoa!
I was telling him he was tracking the basket if he wouldn't have hit that last tree, and he had no way of seeing that tree, so he just hit the perfect line. If he would have got lucky, he would have been parked.
That was an incredible shot. So I think he kicked down to the left, correct? Down to the other pin down there?
He's on the right side of
Okay.
the pin. Yeah.
Okay. That was a
Yeah.
fantastic shot.
Regis found another short tree in this similar area, and you can see where Cody is. The trees in front of him is where the last few guys have goes, but he has to start on the right side and kind of hit one of those gaps and fall down to the right with something stable.
It looks like he's throwing a cut roller, maybe. Forehand cut roller. That's an interesting choice and ends up too high up on the hill there.
Yeah, you might be able to get down there with that shot, but you got to be real lucky.
It looks like I could see the basket, and I got lucky again.
Yeah, that's basically the line of trees that Libby hit, and here we'll see Regis. He's a little further back in that line of trees.
Yeah.
Gives it a really nice little touch forehand, though.
Wow, yeah, that was a great shot there.
So there's Cody, and then Libby, and then you, and that's kind of how you guys all finished hitting one tree after the other going down the hill there.
Tough Anheuser putt for Cody, and going down the hill, it's just kind of gliding out a little too far, and he'll still have a tester for his par, it looks like.
Yeah, Libby really got, you can see it in his face. The way those trees are lined up, there isn't really a gap. I mean, maybe if he sat down and threw it really low, but there is no gap for him to get through them, so he has to go around them.
Oh, what a great run. He wanted that birdie so bad. No birdies on the day on this hole, so he wanted to be that one. Still a drop-in par is once again going to make up strokes on the field. As this hole actually averaged 4.69, so almost 3/4 of a point over par.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
Oh, Cody.
Good little bid. Basket height. But they're saying I like these downhill putts. It really lets my putter glide out and hold straight, so I'm looking to capitalize here.
Yeah.
Ooh, and you're putting with
Yes.
swans? You just put that swan in the basket?
Yep, that's a Swan 2.
Swan
So,
2.
yeah, very understable putter, so it flies very straight. Great putt by
Great.
Regis, too.
Yeah, right in the heart of the chains, dead center with some hyzer.
Yep. As we're coming up on the 26th hole here, you really got to focus on getting all your power into even your putts, just to make sure that you aren't short arming it or anything. And this is where it really comes in, where you really need to focus.
Yeah, another big separating hole there with par being, the way to get points here.
Yep.
Hole 18. This is a perfect finishing hole in my opinion. You've got a super long, low ceiling hyzer shot to hopefully get down in this area where you can blast something through these gaps and hopefully make it over the little pond stream there and lay into this hill. Now that is what is planned, but I don't. Did we have any birdies on this hole today?
I'm not going to spoil it for us.
Okay, well I guess we're gonna have to find out.
This is playing as the fourth hardest hole, so there are a lot of bogeys out there. And I was actually, since we have the live scoring for the PDGA, I was looking at the scores, and I knew Fedorenko was shooting pretty hot out there, so I wanted to try to birdie this one. So I tried to hyzer it down, yanked it a little right, and it looks like it flipped up to flat, and that's just all woods down there, and I hit nothing.
Yeah, it was really crazy. Where Libby kind of gets stopped short there by the low ceiling. You pushed it too far and missed everything. So you're like on the back door of the 200 feet from the green. It's a really weird spot, but you really got there.
Yeah, I threw it about 200 feet too long.
Yeah.
I don't know how it didn't hit a single tree, but yeah, I'm actually going to have a little standstill shot to try to get to the basket. I got so far down there.
Yeah, Cody hit a tree and bailed out, left a little early into the gully.
Regis very common mistake.
Oh, man.
That's the other common mistake, is there's those two trees right on the edge that really have to get through. So he's gonna.
I want to see a forehand roller because I think this hole sets up pretty nice for it. Nope.
Yeah, well, you need to play with Chris Lahendro, because that's his shot off of this tee, and
yeah,
he's gotten some good shots down there.
Libby's on the short tee here, kind of, and you can see it's still a really demanding hyzer shot, even from the short tees.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you want to do, though. Throw an understable disc that on a hyzer so that it flips up to flat and just glides down that fairway, and that's a fantastic shot.
Yeah, he got kind of to the second landing zone there, so he got an extra good 80 feet or so off that flip, and looks like here was I think he was going for the forehand roller there, but caught that high tree and went down in the gully.
Yeah, this fairway is kind of on its own little ridge line, so it's really hard to have your disc stop on this ridge.
Yeah, for sure.
Want to throw putters or mid ranges just to make sure you stay in fairway. As Cody's kind of struggling here, left of the fairway, he's trying to get back into it now and get pretty far down there. Oh, wow, another tree.
Really far into the woods there. Yeah. Like you said, it's mounded, and you can see there he just pitched out into the mound, and you went down the mound the other way down there. It doesn't even make sense.
I don't know how you see me down there, but I just have this little trying to get a fuse up the basket. It is a tight window because I'm nowhere near the fairway, but I'm hoping for a 3 all of a sudden. I did not expect it, and
you had to yell at me to get out of the way because I didn't even know you could come from that angle.
Yeah, looks like the last tree, but I'm pretty far out of the way. I think I can get up and down for my par from down there.
Definitely.
A little high on the forehand for Regis, and catches a little bit of the cabbage, and maybe 80 feet, 100 feet from the basket for him now.
So Libby's trying to decide here between the gap that's in front of him and the big wide gap that will kind of match the angle of the hill as he comes in. And he takes that gap, and I don't know if that leaf was magical, but he really just put it dead center of the fairway.
Yeah, that was a good shot. I know he was probably looking to get up to the basket, but Cody wide open, a little bit low there. He's going to look to hit a big putt to finish his round.
Yeah, you can definitely run this putt from pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. Does it look like Regis is probably going to jump putt at this one and give it a good bit, man.
Even with a tough round, if you hit that putt on 18, you're leaving a little happy.
Oh yeah, that makes the car ride home so much better. As I'm obviously running this, trying a little backstop, and that'll be a nice drop in par. A good round for me.
Another medal point on your card.
Do those count for anything?
Fame and fortune in the Disc Golf Examiner world.
Oh, nice.
Cody with a probably 50-footer here uphill.
Come on, Cody. That's just been his miss today, just a little bit to the left. So
yeah,
I'll look to fix that for the next tournament.
Word is they're going to put a pond down here someday.
That'll make this hole even harder. As it is, there were not any birdies on this hole. Actually, holes 16, 17, 18 on the main course saw no birdies. So
yeah,
it's already plenty tough enough.
It is a true championship level course, even at 18 holes, never mind 27. So,
there's that focus. Like I was saying, you get to hole 27, you're ready to walk off the course, and
yeah, we were 4.5 hours in at this point of the round.
Yep, every stroke matters out there. So.
Really fun day, though, and we'll see our final scores here with the Cody plus 12, Regis 1 behind him at 13, Matt going 2 under, and Libby at 3 over. What was your rating on this round, Matt? That's got to be really high.
I believe it was a 986. I think the temp holes adding a lot of the birdies, so I didn't play the temp holes too well, but as you see there, I did come out with a win over Blake Kelly, who was 1 under, and Ross Pancoast, who was even. So
great seeing some new names on the board up here. We see a lot of guys on there that we cover a lot, but Blake, Ross, Mark, those guys are new to the scene, and they're really, really doing great. New to the scene for me, anyways, in terms of doing coverage.
Oh yeah, Ross has definitely been around a lot. I think he comes out of the Maryland area, and it's always cool to see when he comes up here and visits us.
Definitely. Special thanks to our sponsors again, DW Concrete and Revival Chili. They had some great food in their truck out there. And these concrete guys, they help us all the time on our courses with our tee pads and our bricklaying and those beautiful raised those beautiful raised baskets you see.
Yeah, and I just want to give a huge thanks to Disc Golf Examiner for coming out and filming this. This was a special one for myself. This was actually my 200th sanctioned tournament. And so I was really excited to come out and try to challenge and beat this beast of a course. And so I'm really happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Really happy to come out with a win. And once again, thank you to yourself and Bryan for coming out and filming everything.
Absolutely. Great day out there. We hope to do a lot more coverage in Pittsburgh and at North Boundary. This is Bryan Bowman for Disc Golf and Examiner, and Matt Rosier was here with the booth with me. Until next time, keep banging those chains.